Well, good afternoon, everybody on internet land, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to go ahead and do a mid-June update. Once again, I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's 105 out here today, so it's getting hot, and it's only going to get worse. We're going to get up to about 120 degrees here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and do an update on the garden. A lot of things have been turned. I watered about 2 hours ago. It's about 2 in the afternoon right now. I watered a little late this afternoon. So I've been stringing up a bunch of my plants this morning, getting everything ready. We got another big storm coming in, another nasty windstorms is what we get. Well, let's go ahead and do the update. I always like to go through a lot of the plants, especially for newbies. I hate to say newbies, as a term, but people just starting out. I'm gonna go through all the little plants. This garden is all organic. I don't use pesticides. No, this is a pesticide-free garden. I got bugs, I got squash bugs that are tearing up my pumpkins right now, but let's go ahead and jump into this update here. So I'll give you guys a quick little view here, and then we'll do the walk around. Greenhouse, spot for my mom to sit over there. I got my main plants over here, and then I'm really spreading out my garden this season, so I'm going out pretty far. Let's go ahead and start up, let's start right here. Let's see, peas. I've already ran my peas. They already cycled through. I already harvested and they're dying off now. I lost one of my Jack Be Little pumpkins. These 2 pots I actually bought, and I'm gonna bring that up. So I have 6 pots out here of flowers that I actually bought. There's 2 over here and 2 back over here. 8, sorry, there's 8 pots of flowers that I actually bought. Everything else out here I brought up from seed. I don't mean that as a flex or sounding weird or anything. I always try to teach, start from seed, always start from the beginning. You're going to learn so much more just from each little plant, what they need, how much water they need, how they survive, what they what's required for that plant. I love growing from seed, and that's just me personally. But everything back here is from seed except for those 8 pots. Let's go ahead and go through here on this update. Jack Be Littles. I got me some mullein. And these are beans coming up now. And a couple little sunflowers back there coming up. Jack Be Little, Jack Be Little. They're going to come up and over the greenhouse and then across this netting, and they come all the way to the tree. They come out pretty far. All these plants in this little section here, these are all native plants that I've been pulling from, local areas. So these are all native plants. I lost a couple of them. It is kind of what it is, but I'm going to be pulling seeds. I'm a major seed puller. I love grabbing seeds, and I love harvesting what I can. So I got some seeds coming up here. Let's see here. Greenhouse, I got seeds coming up now. I got some more peas coming up, a couple more pumpkins because I lost a lot of my pumpkins. I got a couple things going on in there. Let's see here, sunflowers. My sunflowers are coming up here in the back. I just stake them off, help them off. I use zip ties, straight up. I'll use zip ties to kind of just tie them off. I bought this flower. These guys are all natural. A daisy that came up from last season. These are my cucumbers. And they look all funky right now. I just tied them off onto my spider web coming through up here. So the leaves haven't quite just turned just yet. And it's getting hot out here. Even my morning glories are starting to go down right now. So it's freaking hot. Let's see here. Morning glories. I have these 2 metal frames for my mom. This is kind of her spot. So I got morning glories that come up and over, and they'll climb all up here. And a couple little flowers down here. Another morning glory right over here. I love these little red flowers. I did buy these, but I love them. So I bought those 2 pots right there. Once again, 4 o'clocks. My mom loves her 4 o'clocks. So that's what, 5 pots of 4 o'clocks coming up right now. And then my moon glories. And I just got them started tying off back here right now, and they're going to grow over my moon gate coming through. Once again, everything's just looking funky right now because I just turned them all around. Let's see here. These are hollyhocks. I had one random sunflower just started growing in a pot, so we're gonna let it go. I forgot what these are, but they're coming up. Snapdragons, little itty bitty baby ones. Let's see here. Man, I forgot what these are too. Sweet peas coming up. And I think these are going to be teddy bear daisies, I think. All right. Moon glories coming up again right here. Birdhouse gourd. These things are getting big already. Look at those leaves. So I got a birdhouse gourd. I want to try to grow it up this spider web here. And then these are going to be, I think they're called Rock Island cantaloupes. They're like small little guys. So I'm going to have those growing up there. Mint, mint, mint. For newbies, yeah man, be careful when you plant your mint. This is a little potato that came up on its own. It's ready to harvest. Let's see here. Morning glories. They're starting up this batch. They're going to be coming up this spider web. And then they come all the way across. So that's normally how I do my morning glories. I might switch it up a little bit this year. I don't have anything growing back in my alley back here. Normally I'll do all the corn. I haven't done anything this year back there. Let's see, over here I got morning glories coming up like crazy. I got a ton of morning glories. But I have my white brown squash coming up in here. I got a row of them. Went ahead and pulled these morning glories back. I'm going to try to train them to come up and then over the top to this guy over here. Let's see here. This is where I started expanding a lot more into my garden. Normally I'll just, do a little section over here or here, but this season I'm going to take it all the way out. Let's see here. I have a lot of things going to seed. Radishes, carrots, things like that. I have all going to seed. I'm a major seed collector. So let's see here. Carrots, should be harvesting them, but I got a couple going to seed. Lettuce. These ones are going to be the radishes, the whites and the purples. Radishes already going to seed. I need to harvest these guys pretty soon. A little flower pot from my mom. It's got these beautiful little purple flowers on it that I love. These ones are all going to be marigolds coming across right here. And then we go into, this is another pot that I bought from my mom here. The beautiful flowers. But it goes back into radishes again. I gotta harvest these things soon. Cilantro. I got a ton of cilantro seeds coming up right now. Onions. Let's see here. Onions and onions. And then my pumpkins got devastated this season. So I got a couple trying. I got maybe 3 or 4 that I think are going to make it this season. So they're coming up. They got runners on them now. I'm looking pretty good. Always check for squash bugs down here. But I have this netting over here that I'm going to run them up onto my back deck, and they go all the way across back here. So I got a couple pumpkins that are doing okay. Could be doing a little better, but it is what it is right now. Honeysuckle coming up. And then let's see here. I got my marigolds. A whole row of marigolds. I get attacked with squash bugs, so I do a lot of marigolds. Let's see here. This one's going to be a squash coming up here. A couple flowers for my mom. Another squash. And then we start going into my back deck here. Potatoes are ready to harvest. I'm going to pull these guys here pretty soon. I'll probably do a full harvest out here in about a week. Beans. All my beans are pretty much ready to harvest. I'm waiting for them to dry out a little bit more. Marigold. Let's see here. Marigolds. Beans. Potatoes again. I got some random morning glories growing up everywhere again. Let's see here. Beans. And then back here I have, let's see here, a couple little trees coming up that I'm growing out. I got some random little flowers coming up here. Cosmos, and I'm not sure what the other ones are. We come on to the back here. I'm doing some native hollyhocks. So I got hollyhocks coming up all back here, but they're mixed in with my corn. So all my corn is coming up all through here, but it also comes up on the whole back side of the deck back here. So all my corn's actually doing pretty good. It got beat down with the storms, but it's coming in pretty good now. Let's see here. Got a corn coming up right there. And corn. Come on back around. I don't have too much going on this side, so don't look at this side too much. But let's see here. Hollyhocks coming up here again. And that's really going to be about the tour here. My blue bachelor buttons. And then this little guy right here. So I got marigolds, snapdragons, a couple different little flowers mixed up in there. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this update on the garden. If there's ever any questions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer in the comments. Other than that, don't be afraid to get on out, get a little dirty, and have some fun.